I never thought I'd be the kind of person posting on Reddit for advice, but here I am. I just found out my boyfriend's mom has been secretly trying to break us up for almost a year, and the way I found out was honestly insane. The worst part? She almost succeeded. And now I'm sitting here wondering if I should tell him everything or just walk away. For context, I'm 27, my boyfriend Mark is 29, and we've been together for almost 3 years. Up until recently, I thought our relationship was pretty solid. But his mother, she has never liked me. When I first met Mark's mom, Linda, she was polite, but in a very cold way. You know when someone smiles at you but their eyes don't match the smile? That was her. She'd say things like, "Oh, you're very confident," or, "Mark usually dates girls who are more quiet." At first, I brushed it off. Not everyone's parents are going to like you right away, but over time, the comments started getting more passive-aggressive. If I cooked dinner, she'd say, "Well, Mark loves when I make it this way." If I talked about my job, she'd say, "That's nice." But Mark always imagined being with someone more traditional. It always felt like she was trying to subtly imply I wasn't good enough. But Mark never seemed to notice. Whenever I brought it up, he'd say, "She's just blunt, don't take it personally." So I tried not to. About a year into our relationship, something strange started happening. Mark began asking me questions that didn't make sense. Like one day he randomly asked, "Why didn't you tell me you were talking to your ex again?" I was confused because I wasn't. I hadn't spoken to my ex in over 2 years. I showed him my phone, my messages, everything. He apologized and said he must have misunderstood something. But then a few weeks later it happened again. He asked why I had been complaining about him to his friends, which again, I hadn't done. At that point, I started feeling like someone was feeding him false information, but I had no idea who. Over the next few months, the tension between us kept growing. Mark started becoming weirdly distant. Little things would set him off. Like if I came home late from work, he'd make comments like, "I guess you were busy," or "Hope whoever you were with was worth it." It honestly felt like he was starting to distrust me, and I couldn't figure out why. I even asked him directly one night, "Did someone say something about me?" And he just shrugged and said no. But something felt off. A few weeks ago, we went to dinner at his parents' house, and the entire night felt tense. Linda kept giving me these weird looks. Halfway through dinner, she suddenly said, "You know, honesty is really important in relationships." Mark looked uncomfortable. I asked what she meant, and she just smiled and said, "Nothing, just a general observation." The whole thing felt like she was hinting at something, but I didn't know what. After dinner, I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, Mark and his mom were talking quietly in the kitchen. The moment they saw me, they stopped. And that's when I started to suspect she might be involved, but I still had no proof. A few days later, something happened that changed everything. Mark and I were at his parents' house again, helping them move some furniture. At one point, Linda asked me to grab something from her office. While I was looking for it, her laptop lit up on the desk. A notification popped up. It was an email, and I swear my heart stopped when I saw the subject line. It said, "About Mark's girlfriend." At first, I thought maybe I was misunderstanding something, but then another email preview popped up, and it said, "I'm worried she's not being honest with him." My curiosity got the best of me, so I clicked the email. It was a message Linda had sent to Mark, and what I read honestly made me feel sick. She had been telling him things about me that were completely made up, that I was flirting with other guys, that I was secretly talking to my ex, that I had told people I wasn't serious about him. None of it was true. But the worst part? There were dozens of emails, going back almost a year. She had been slowly planting doubts in his mind the entire time. Then I saw something that made it even more disturbing. She had also been messaging one of Mark's friends, asking if they had noticed anything suspicious about me. She was literally trying to gather evidence against me, except the evidence didn't exist, so she just made things up. At that moment, everything suddenly made sense. Every weird question Mark had asked, every time he seemed distant, it all traced back to her. I didn't know what to do. Part of me wanted to storm into the living room and confront her right then, but another part of me realized something important. If I accused her without proof, she'd probably just deny everything.